All right, guys, now turn up your volume and clear your trading decks. Yes, you heard me. It's time for you to pay attention because you're locked into Market on Mic. And don't forget, this is the only podcast where we don't just talk about the market. No, not at all. But we practically live in it. And don't forget, I'm your girl, Natasha, and I'm actually ready to rock this chat. But of course, I'm not alone here. We have this other big head.
Wow. So now I'm a big head. I actually like that your line. That your line of introduction, Natasha, is quite exciting because I wonder where you got it from. But yes,
Don't you have a mirror?
That is actually quite. What do you mean? We're here for a podcast. Let's not look at my head. All right. So, all right, guys, I'm actually Daniel, and I'm welcoming you back to another exciting episode of this podcast, Market on Mic. So,
welcome, guys.
Natasha's co-pilot on this wild ride today. So, and today we're actually going to be talking about something quite exciting. So, lock in, like Natasha said. You must be locked into Market on Mic this particular episode. So, we're going to be diving in. We'll be launching into a full-scale expedition to uncover 5 most thrilling assets that are actually dominating the global financial market this particular time. And for you to actually get this particular instrument or this particular financial asset, you must sit tight in your chair. If you need to use a seat belt, please lock in yourself.
Of course, guys.
Grab a cup of coffee, sit down, relax, cross your leg, and let's get going.
So how do the pilots say? They say, buckle your seatbelt and enjoy this flight.
Enjoy the flight, guys.
So, guys, just like how Daniel said, we're actually going to be looking at the top 5 most thrilling assets dominating the global, financial market at this particular point in time. We already know that we have a lot of instruments.
Yeah, we have a whole lot of assets.
But we have some that in the particular month, in this particular year, they have just outshined.
Like, there's no way that you'll be a trader and you don't have your eyes on this particular instrument.
Everybody's talking about it.
Yes,
every trader is talking about it.
At this particular instrument. Now, we're going to be looking at them in a short while.
Yes, guys. So now, from the Golden Goose that never quit.
You started again, Natasha.
What is
with your lines. With your lines. All right, let's hear
I
you.
need you guys to understand how important this instrument to me especially.
All right, let's hear you.
Because it made me smile a lot this year. So guys, from the Golden Goose that never quits to the digital robot everyone is whispering about. I told you earlier, everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be pulling back the curtains on the heavy hitters. When I say heavy hitters, that means the money has been moneying. The
I can
MVPs.
see.
I mean, with the MVPs, the volatility, and then the true rock star of the financial world. That.
This is talking about this market.
Yes, like your top 5, right? This is it. And are you actually ready for some real magic, Daniel?
I'm born ready, Natasha. You asked me this at the beginning of this. I'm born ready. Let's go.
It's called confirmation.
All right, let's get started.
All right, guys. So we're actually going to be kicking off our list at the numero uno. And, for me, and not just for me, I think for every trader right now, we're talking about the OG safe haven.
Please tell us the name. Let us hear.
The blink that never tarnishes. Guys, we're talking about gold. Our number 1 on the market.
It's crazy how everyone you look at or you watch their videos on YouTube, everyone trades or analyzes gold.
Analyze right now without analyzing gold.
Honestly, gold.
If you're wondering, gold, I've never seen on the market. We're still talking about XAUUSD, right? It's still the same thing. So, you want to think of gold as that reliable best friend, right? Who always has your back when things get crazy.
Funny how it can be your best friend, but if you cheat on gold and gold shows you it's bad, it's not funny.
At all.
Yeah, so when gold is going, when you're trading gold and you are hitting all the profit, you are hitting the right entries, you are going to be on a crazy ride. And exactly when the market is usually having a meltdown, or when they're political or economical or geopolitical meltdown, we usually see investors, we usually see traders, they're just running into gold. And Natasha, they are not just running. These guys are sprinting with open hands, hugging. It's actually the ultimate panic button with a sparkling finish, right?
Guys.
So when there's panic in the market, just go to gold and just buy. You're literally seeing, we're looking at during the times of the COVID, Russia-Ukraine war, recently the
gold
tariffs.
has been there for us all the way.
Like this year, gold got to about $3,500 per ounce, which is actually massive. All right. And right now, with inflation doing a dance and the world feeling a bit spiky, gold has actually been radiating at the moment. So we've seen it chilling presently comfortably around $3,328 per ounce due to the current ceasefire between Israel and Iran. We're seeing a little slight retracement, and trust me, gold is gathering up momentum for another massive push to the upside, right, Natasha?
Definitely. So what we're saying is that gold is actually more than just a pretty face, right? It's portfolio armor. So even if you're not trading it, you have to watch gold, right?
Yes,
So yes,
have your eyes on it.
yes, you just have to watch gold because there are some really amazing movement that you can catch on gold right now. Yes, it's at the highest it has been. So, everyone is a bit, careful to, where to actually go into the market. But trust me, guys, you want to pay attention to gold because everybody is actually in gold right now. And, that makes the market very valuable. So, when you talk about gold right now, it is the market truth serum, because it is actually
medicine.
Just like I said earlier, we already said that, we already confirmed that gold is actually a safe haven, right? So gold actually telling you exactly how much confidence or panic is in the air. And trust me, one has to be there.
Yeah.
There either has to be a level of confidence or panic. And gold is reacting to both.
Yeah, that's very, very correct. So now with all of the excitement coming in from gold, let's steal the lead to bids to the number 2. And this number 2 is the stoic king of the market. All right. And we're actually talking about NASDAQ 100.
My personal favorite.
Natasha's double.
Yep.
Right? So NASDAQ 100 or the US 100 is actually the, for example, if gold is your wise old grandpa, NASDAQ is the hyperactive tech genius friend who never sleeps. I mean, US 100 never
US
sleeps.
100 is that side chick that always comes through. That side chick that always comes through. I can tell you for a fact.
All right, let's actually help our listeners. If you don't know what NASDAQ is or the US 100 is actually the 100 best performing tech companies in the United States coming into one particular basket. All right, so you don't need to trade 100 stocks individually. You can just trade US 100 and you're trading 100 stocks all at once, right?
No kidding, guys. This is where the future lives. Breathe. And sometimes creams. I mean, you have companies like Apple. I can say more than half of the world right now uses Apple. You have Nvidia. I mean, if you don't know what Nvidia,
they are the largest chip maker companies. In fact, right now, Nvidia is the most, in terms of market capitalization, they are the largest, worth about over $300 or $3 billion. Imagine a company having a worth of over.
Don't make me think about my life.
Yes.
So you have companies like that under the US 100. You have your Microsoft.
We have Amazon. We have Google. In fact, we have a lot of crazy companies. Crazy companies.
Yes, guys. And I mean, this index isn't just a roller coaster, right? It's a rocket ship on two ball. We just saw it blast past 2,200. I mean, earlier this year, we saw this market lose about how much?
About 20, if I'm not making a mistake, between 26 to 28% in February.
Guys, I saw this thing with my eyes. I saw the US 100. And this market lost. It's one of the craziest losses that I actually had
in decades.
But don't forget, guys, when we talk about losses are also a good thing on the market.
Yeah,
because
a lot of people you could sell. Exactly.
You're able to make money both on the buy, and if anybody had been on that sell, oh my God.
It have made a lot of money.
I mean, what are we talking about?
A lot of money.
So, it has actually shrugged off all of those rake high jitters. I know we saw, Trump, we saw Powell, we saw, Trump allegedly trying to sack Powell.
And he started again recently. Funny enough, I saw in news, he brought it up again that this guy, this guy.
So right now we have US 100 on the high it has ever been on, guys. It's so interesting. It's so interesting.
I mean, Natasha said that US 100 is not on a roller coaster. Roller coaster just goes round and round. This market doesn't go round.
It just goes up.
It goes up.
Up,
it just keeps going up like a turbo booster, right? So if you're looking at trading, in fact, if you're looking at going to the stock market, one of the instruments you must look at is the US 100 because now we're talking about tech, everything tech, AI rally.
We're talking. I mean, we have the world talking about get into tech, do this into tech. It's like tech is the big boy right now.
And AI.
Good, and being on the market right now, like I said, it is the future. right? This is where the future is living, it's breathing. So if you're not into the US 100 market yet, remember, you don't have to rush it, but you want to look out for it because we're going to be having some really good movement. I'm still on a buy on US 100 and I know how much I've made, guys. It is really that interesting. So guys, don't forget, check out your US 100, your NASDAQ 100, irrespective of the broker you're trading on, it's actually great.
All right, so I think on some brokers, it varies. Some you see it as US 100, some you see it as NAS 100, some you see it as the NASDAQ.
US Tech.
Or US Tech, exactly,
yes,
US Tech. So, it's still the same market.
Yes, guys. So now we are actually talking about number 3. Don't forget, we've spoken about gold, we've spoken about US 100. Like I said, these are instruments you want to watch out for. If you're not already in the market, please check them out. So our number 3. Now, this one, I mean, I don't even know what to call it because I actually thought it would be a number 1 for me.
Yeah.
But I can understand all the, craziness gold has done and what US 100 has been able to achieve this year alone. So this had to come with number 3. So we're talking about the undisputed heavyweight champion of the currency ring. I don't know what the name. I think I know. I didn't
yes.
know what I'm
When you hear
about.
the currency market, the first instrument that comes to your mind.
Yes, Euro USD.
Euro USD.
Guys, this isn't just a pair. Traders, this is not a pair. This is the ultimate global dancer.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the economic equivalent of Messi versus Ronaldo.
Hey, Natasha. Natasha. So who is Messi and who is Ronaldo now?
Why are you trying to set me up?
I just want to know.
Guys, it doesn't really matter if it's Messi.
It matters.
Don't forget, these are 2 great players.
Well,
2 great players in their field.
Yeah,
2 talented, good players. Messi is not to be good or great. Sorry, before you guys come from me.
And then for you. Then
Ronaldo,
you see on this podcast.
Ronaldo is, they say he's the GOAT. But guys, this is just the Euro versus the USD.
Yes, and Europe and the United States are 2 great global economy out there. All right, so usually when you're talking about the king of global in terms of globalization, talking about the United States, the next that comes to your mind usually is Europe. Then we start seeing probably China, Switzerland.
I mean, right now, remember
economies.
At some point everybody wanted to go to the US, and now everybody wants to go to the UK. So you can see that it is not just these 2 are always in some kind of competition.
Yes, and
that
if you
is
look
what
at the
makes
market,
the markets big.
And Euro US is actually the most traded currency market in the world.
The most liquefied.
Exactly, the most
there
liquefied
is
market.
money on that market.
Yeah, so and even if you're looking at the dollar itself and looking at the Euro USD, if you look at the price of the dollar, the historical price of the dollar, you check the historical exchange rate of Euro USD, you will see that it's the inverse of the historical price of the dollar index.
Yes, of
exactly.
course.
So that's how liquefied and that's how attractive that particular currency is.
Yes, guys. So now I'm sure that most traders, especially when you're coming, you're starting early. I think Euro US is the first market you've been introduced to, right? Depending on probably who your mentor is or what you're looking to achieve on the market. But definitely, there is nobody today that will tell me, or no trader that will tell me that, they have not been on the Euro USD market. Trust me, guys, it's really interesting. It's really good. And looking at the weakness of the dollar with all the craziness going on, go and check out your Euro chart, your Euro USD chart. Something is happening.
And right now, we are currently seeing Euro USD trading at around $1.16, right? Which is actually quite interesting. So the pair is actually a master choreographer. Dances a whole lot, right? The dollar weakness, because the way the dollar is crazy. Today is weak, tomorrow it's strong. Today is weak. So you see Euro USD just dancing like a choreographer.
Yes, and dancing is good. It's good to be on a dancing market.
Well, yeah.
Of course, because you don't want to be on the market that is just static, that is just paused.
Well, yeah, because it's actually very, very volatile. That's beautiful.
So you have your buys going on, you hit your resistance, you follow the sell back, you hit your support.
Well,
yeah,
true. I this market is still always growing to the latest beat from the Fed. That's the Federal Reserve to the European Central Bank interest rates.
Once Euro USD hears any news like the Feds are coming or the European Central Bank, trust me, you want to watch out for that market.
Yeah, we see it
is
moving.
clean.
So it's actually very clean. Incredibly, like you said, it's liquefied. So it's incredibly liquid and basically the bread and butter for every forex trader out there.
Everybody who trades, I'm sure we've all been on the Euro USD market.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on, guys. So the first we spoke about is gold. Then we spoke about US 100 or NASDAQ. Then Euro USD. Now sliding into number 4. we actually got the stuff that quite literally fuels the world and your charts.
Fuels, guys.
Yeah,
Fuel.
when you hear fuel,
You know,
yeah, we're talking about the crude oil, specifically WTI. And this isn't just about gas prices, guys. It's actually a geopolitical chess game playing out on your screen, with every move feeling like a plot twist. Trump says a particular sentence, you see oil running.
Seriously, guys.
Yeah.
If you want drama, that is, you want that market. If you think Euro USD dance, come to oil, right? If you want drama, just watch oil.
You hear a statement from the United States. You're hearing OPEC. You're hearing all of this news.
One whisper about an OPEC meeting, a switch, or maybe a switch in global supply, or probably a headline. I mean, right now, we've been having headlines back to back,
Israel,
to back, to back, from the Middle East. You see, with oil, you will just be having new trend unlocking. It could be on the downtrend today, tomorrow is an uptrend. It is one market that is volatile.
Yeah, quite
the
very volatile.
WTI it's been feeling the heat, right? With all the craziness we're having in the Middle East right now, starting as far back as 2022, where we saw a really massive push up in oil. That was the Russia-Ukraine.
Yeah.
We saw the US actually, what's it called? They put sanctions on Russia, and we know that Russia is actually at least 1/3 of the world's oil.
Yeah, true.
right.
They're one of the largest global economies.
Put sanctions on it, and then definitely demand and supply applies here. This is one market that is very reactive. So this is not saying, we had a news yesterday, we're waiting for. The moment that news is being passed, you're seeing drama on oil, you're feeling the heat. And lately, we've been actually seeing, this particular instrument trading around $65 per barrel.
Yeah.
And, just like I said, it is fueled by recovering demand. And let's just say spicy. I mean, don't forget,
hot.
Really hot things are happening in international relations right now.
Yeah.
And you want to keep your eyes open for that one if oil is your market. This particular market keeps you on your toes. That particular instrument I would literally take right now and go chill, walk around, but not oil. Lie. If I don't see that thing hits my TP before I leave there, I am not going anywhere. Because see, this market, like I said, it's like trying to balance a full cup of coffee on a moving bus.
That's too much work.
Why? It is moving. I
Why?
mean, we could just sit and then next time you open a chart, an oil chart, and you are screaming because it has done peep.
And funny enough, how oil is very, very volatile since Trump came into power. You see this market now. When he came into power,
Trump is an OG.
Yeah, definitely, because in January when he had his inauguration, I think the price of oil was about $77 per barrel, and he said that we're going to crash the price of oil.
He's literally said it, guys. That is why I always say,
2 months
in this market,
we're oil in $40-something per barrel, all the way from $7.
I always say that in this market, you cannot side with a technical or side with fundamentals because you want to be aware.
Yeah,
I mean, we already know
balance.
this. I mean, we saw the market in 2017 when Trump became president for the first time. So anybody who knew that, okay, Trump was going to win, I mean, we already had our hands ready, had our stop losses ready because we know. And this is something that he has always said. He said it from the very beginning. I'm coming into this. He said everything he said. I mean, I think he's beginning to keep to his campaign promises. As much
Honestly,
as that was, he didn't start immediately. And that was one thing that also gave a lot of weakness to the dollar because we were expecting him to come. Trump, it doesn't make mouth. But we're seeing Trump keep to all the promises he made during his campaign. He said he was going to crash the price of oil. And in 2022, we're seeing price get to over $90-something per barrel. Oil is somewhere down there. Guys, what we're saying is, you already know, irrespective of the buys or the sell, this is money. Because you don't want to be on a market that does not move or is static. You want to be on the market that, some people, I'll hear some traders say, oh no, it's very volatile. I mean, volatility is profitability. I keep saying it.
It brings money. You don't want to trade in a market that stands still. How do you want to make your money?
How do you want to make money, right? But when you enter that buy, you want to see the buy, just keep flying. Very good lot size, you're good, guys. So please, oil is, the number 4 at the moment, and that is because of the tensions we're having in the Middle East, and we don't even know if this is going to, go wider
than it currently is.
Because guys, it is big, but definitely, it is also an opportunity for you to make some very good money on the oil market.
Yeah, so keep your eyes on oil at the moment, guys.
Yes.
So, and finally, at number 5, the last but not the least, we have the rebel, the disruptor. This guy, anytime you talk or you say crypto, the first thing that comes to your mind is this big boy. It is the digital rock star
For me,
that broke all the rules.
for me, crypto is equal to Bitcoin. I don't know anything about Bitcoin. That's just the truth. When I hear people say I'm doing Bitcoin and I'm doing crypto, and I'm like, okay, what particular coin? And then they are calling some red name. I'm like, wow, okay.
When? Since when?
Okay.
How?
Like, because it is Bitcoin. I mean, we saw Bitcoin get to $106,000.
110.
Okay, I'm sorry, but $110,000 when Trump became president. This is big boy, and when we call it big boy, it's not just because of how far it can get. This is a market of big risk. Big risk,
reward.
Massive reward, not big
Massive
reward. Massive reward. I mean, your BTC, Bitcoin, oh my God.
That's why if you're talking about crypto, you hear people say Bitcoin and altcoin
and other coins.
So
yes.
So BTC is actually is actually the financial assets you want to keep your eyes on when it comes to the crypto space. So this is the original crypto, aka Crypto King.
Yes, guys.
All right.
So
and it's still rocking the
just
house.
mention its name and just watch, and you just see the markets will jump. Just one Elon twist,
The Musk.
a surprise ETF approval, or even a strong cup of coffee in the right boardroom, and this market goes from 0 to ludicrous speed. I mean, I literally was watching Bitcoin during the election. And 1 minute it was there, and 1 minute it was at $96,000.
Do you know minute? Yeah, 105, about 6,000.
Bitcoin is currently doing its thing around 106,000. Are you talking about volatility? Absolutely. But ignoring it now, that's like ignoring the internet in the 90s.
Imagine.
Right? This
Imagine
is not just a digital asset. I always said, sometimes when I go through the internet at this point in time, I'm like, I wish I started early. I wasn't somebody that actually, wait. Exactly. But then when I look at how much people make from the internet, I'm like, I wish I actually started early, right? Because there's a lot of things on the internet and there's a lot of money to make. And that is how Bitcoin is
right now. But it's quite, people say that it's quite expensive at the moment.
But that's the money killer.
Yeah, it's funny how a lot of people stayed away from Bitcoin. Bitcoin was sometimes 300. In fact, there was time it was $1. $1 for a Bitcoin. And I was seeing $106,000
for a
one particular Bitcoin is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Sometimes I wish if I knew what I knew now, like some years back. Oh my God.
I bought like 10, 15,
exactly.
Bitcoin.
So if you're ignoring Bitcoin now, guys, it's like you're actually, ignoring the internet in the 90s. And you don't have to just jump into the markets just because, we say it's something you want to study, you want to have your facts about, so that just when it's great for you to take advantage of it. So you need to understand that Bitcoin is not just a digital asset, it's carving its own lane in the real financial world. I'm talking about even the NASDAQ 100 we spoke. We saw Bitcoin's companies actually join the US 100.
Exactly. So we have a lot of them
this year or last year.
MicroStrategy.
Exactly. We have a lot of Bitcoin's companies right now in the US 100. And trust me, you don't just join the NASDAQ 100. Right? You don't just wake up one day as a company and put yourself there. So if you're actually seeing companies that are actually mining Bitcoin in our US 100 at this particular point in time, it tells you that it is going to be big. And you need to be watching it like a hawk, guys. So we have Bitcoin on our number 5 best trading instrument at the moment, guys.
Yeah, so let's go right one more time. We have number 1,
gold.
Number 2,
NASDAQ 100.
Number 3,
oil.
Number 4,
sorry, I missed that.
Number 3 is Euro USD. Exactly. So number 4 we have
number 4 oil, and number 5 Bitcoin,
aka Crypto King. So there you have it, traders. So whether you are a Forex fanatic, or you are an indices investor, or you are a commodity connoisseur that's actually an expert, or you're a crypto crusader, these are actually the top 5 assets where the party really is
Trust me. They are partying, and they are partying really hard.
Yeah, so they're actually the ones bringing the volume, the volatility, and the massive opportunities to the market.
True,
so
guys.
You want to keep your eyes on these top 5 best trading assets.
Remember, guys,
on
you
the
don't have
market.
to jump into the market. Yes, the market is interesting and it is evolving, but you want to make sure that you make your own analysis, understand what is happening within the market, so that you can best take advantage of it at the very, very, best time. And don't forget, we're just talking about the five. We have other instruments that are coming up.
We have.
I mean, we are seeing some movements in instruments like silver.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we're seeing some instruments really doing so well. I mean, this entire war that's going on is really just, expanding the market. And one thing about this market is that, yes, as much as you might be comfortable in the market, this is a time to diversify, guys. Don't just sit in one place and say, I'm not trading this one if it doesn't move. No, there's a lot of money moving around right now because investors are running helter-skelter, pulling out their money from war zones and looking for other places to, stop this money. And you want to be there to actually follow. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us on this very episode. I had fun.
I had fun.
I hope you had fun.
Yeah, so
too.
Before you disappear, guys, before you disappear into your trading cave or your trading rooms, right? So you want to hit us up on Instagram.
Of course, that is very, 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 very important. You want to send us a message. You want to, subscribe. We have a lot. I mean, if you're actually looking to hack this trading thing, Market on Mic is where you should be.
And we have a lot of episodes you can go back on and listen to and get top value. Like I could actually have quite a couple of people telling me that your podcast, I like you and Natasha. I like what you're saying or the value that we're giving to you and all of those things. I'm like, wow, really? Yeah. So if you are here for the first time, you need to go back.
Yeah. If you're here for the first time, welcome on board. Yes, welcome on board. I'm really excited to have every one of you. And just like we said, this is not just one podcast where we talk about the markets. We breathe, we live. This is our baby.
Yeah, this is market. We are bringing the market live to your doorstep.
Yes, guys. Yes. And we're not just focusing on technical strategies because on this market, anything can happen. And you want to be ready. You want to be aware. You always want to be on your toes to make sure that you know when to go into the market and you know when to step out. So until next time, guys.
All right. So before we go, Natasha, calm down. Don't leave our listeners just like that. So guys, we love to see you win. Want to hear your questions. I think Natasha has said that. Want to hear your questions, want to know your hot takes, and also like this particular podcast. Yeah, this particular episode. You want to like this particular episode, and let's hear one or two things, or let's hear the five trade, or which one of the five trading titans you battle with and you win the most. So is it Euro USD? Is it gold?
I don't mind hearing about the one that you lose the most, right? Because that's part of the market.
Yeah, so we're actually looking forward to hearing your war story. So
yes, guys.
Like Natasha said, until next time, guys.
Keep the shots talking.
Your strategies.
And your profits.
Yeah, keep them sky high.
Exactly. So this is Market on Mic.
See you in the market. Bye.